roadworks ahead. Yeah, I sure hope it does.
Welcome back to episode 10. What is the reason?
It's okay. Just thought of that when I said, okay, let's go, because that's a meme.
Yeah.
And the Mercedes team did a TikTok and they went round with everyone's favourite. They didn't do Lewis's, but they went round and did everyone's favourite memes.
Yeah.
In the thing. What was George's? George's was a bit of a shit one.
Was it himself?
But they did like...
Because he is a meme.
No, he is a meme, but he didn't do himself. But they did the ones like, roadworks ahead. Yeah, I sure hope it does. Do you know that one? Thank God. Because there's some people when I do like Vine memes and people don't know what the hell I'm talking about, and I'm like, you need to get on the Vine memes. Anyway.
Well,
welcome back.
Welcome back to episode 10.
Yeah, well actually,
no,
it's not 10.
It is 10.
No, but we didn't post the last one.
Yeah, but we will have posted it. Promise.
Okay, so this is episode 10.
It is episode 10. And if we haven't posted the last one, there's
Then
a secret 9th episode out there.
That you're not going to see.
Yeah, when we get big and famous, we'll be like, here's a secret episode.
It was the Silverstone Grand Prix. I didn't like the grid walk.
Oh no, the grid walk was so awkward.
It was just a bit boring. I wanted to see more famous faces.
Yeah.
We didn't see.
Did you see? We were talking about it today at work. The awkward, like, what was it? New Minister for Science or whatever.
Oh my God. That was
running
awful.
up to Ryan Brundle, like, come meet the new minister, and he's like, I don't give a shit about the new minister.
Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah, it was really funny because someone at work was like, you don't approach Martin. Martin picks you.
Yeah, literally. And how do they not know this?
I know.
And he's embarrassing himself on national television.
It's embarrassing.
It's very embarrassing. Yeah, it was
Not
cringe.
good.
Cringe to watch.
Very cringe. But I've been looking forward to Silverstone. Sad that I wasn't there. I had a few friends that were there, and it looked insane.
Really? Because I seen the opposite.
Oh, what, like the wet and mud?
Yeah, and the queuing and the traffic.
Oh my God, yeah, when I went to Silverstone, the queuing was horrendous. And the traffic's horrible. It took us 2 hours to get in and 2 hours to get out in the car. It is a feat. It is horrendous.
And like, you can't even watch the whole thing because you're only seeing a certain part of the track. So you're not really the experience, and the concert would be amazing,
but there is so much else to do there, like and it takes ages to walk around. Like, there's so much food and stores, and there's like a fair, and there's things to do, like you can go test putting on a wheel on a car, and there's loads to do.
Okay.
Like, it's a full-on like festival going on. There is a lot to do. I mean, it isn't the full glamorous, like when I went 2 years ago, it does just rain on you, and we were like sat in our little ponchos, and then the cars go, but they go so fast. I don't know, I think it is enjoyable, but the 2 hours to queue in and the 2 hours to queue back, and then some people are getting shuttle buses because like actually parking there is tricky to get in because it is a lot.
Yeah, but I want to do it one day.
Yeah, I think we should like proper festival it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I put in a request.
Yes.
For when the tickets come out for 2025.
See if we get early bird cheapos.
Yeah, you never know.
How have you been, Jess?
Fine.
What have you been up to?
Oh, well, it was the election. Are we all happy with the results? I'm happy with the results.
I'm neutral.
Oh, so... Oh.
No, I can't talk about it. Sorry.
Okay, you're neutral. Well, I'm happy with the results.
I went to Naples.
Yes.
So
it was stunning. It looked so pretty.
So nice. It was a quick trip. Really, I had a great time. It was so nice. Hot, great food. But now I'm back. Jeans feeling a bit tighter, but it's all right.
That's totally fine. Everyone feels like that when they get back from holiday.
I think it's acceptable when I eat pizza nearly every day.
Pizza every day.
But yeah, and then we watched Silverstone yesterday. Oh, and the football. Sorry,
yeah,
1 second.
Euros.
Very patriotic weekend.
Yeah, it was a great week for being a Brit, I think.
Yeah.
great little bit of sports. We've got the Wimbledon going. I mean, I don't watch Wimbledon.
Yeah. Well, I really want to get into it because the last book I read, Carrie Sutter is Back, is all about tennis. So
Oh, really?
I was like, really want to get into Wimbledon. And I love the vibes of it, but I just can't really, I don't know, think about queuing and going and like...
I didn't know you had to do that.
Yeah.
I thought you just had a ticket.
No, it's so high demand. So people queue for hours to get to the line to get a waiting ticket to then be in the area.
But
and
was
then
Molly May doing that?
No way.
So why does Molly May not get to do that?
Celebs get straight in. Silverstone!
Yay! I didn't take any notes.
Such a good race. I took notes, but
Woo.
I haven't gone through them. So, I think, to be honest, let's just assume that people have watched it and then go through the highlights and say our opinions.
Okay.
Because it was a nuts race.
Yes.
I mean, to be fair, the first 20 minutes, similar to the football, not much happened.
I was like, oof.
You're like, is this going to be another one?
Pick up, because I hope so.
Oh, we vlogged.
Yes.
We vlogged.
Should we put in the vlog after?
After.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put in the vlog after. / maybe bits in between, otherwise it's going to be weird. We might repeat things. I don't know, we'll figure it out. You're watching it, let us know.
Yeah.
Yes, Red Arrows, the Lincolnshire page.
We are ready to commence the start of the World Championship of 1950. It's lights out and away we go. Lewis Hamilton moves over the top from somebody's already ahead is Russell and will preserve that lead into turn 1. Behind comes Lando Norris, then Max Verstappen and Oscar Piastri. The top 5 all streaming through and now they can get the brakes off. Russell ahead, Hamilton, almost contact there as Lando Norris has to go off the road. Verstappen around the outside. Piastri's waiting the pounce. Verstappen gets into third. He's got past 1.2 to
That was a key move from Max Verstappen to finish that on the tag and Lewis Hamilton. No DRS break, no waiting until the end of lap 1. So it's all about slipstream, getting a good
Max overtakes Lando almost immediately. So, okay, so wait,
Did he? I missed that.
Yeah, so we had in the top 3 a British qualifying top 3. George P1, Hamilton P2, the Mercedes, what's going on? Nuts.
Yeah.
And then Lando P3. So the perfect fairy tale Silverstone qualifying top 3. And then we had Max in P4. Now, what was our predictions? I wanted either Lando or Hamilton to win and George to come second. And what did you want?
I wanted Hamilton to win, Lando to come second, George to come third.
Okay, we'll see. So, Max overtakes Lando almost immediately into P3, so that was upsetting. Lando was, can't remember, he was just struggling. Alex, Albon and Fernando contact almost immediately on the takeoff. Pierre had a gearbox problem, just rattling him off.
Perez, he started.
Yeah, he was out.
Oh,
immediately.
and did you see Christian Horner says it's unacceptable?
What's unacceptable?
The fact that he's being so shit.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't it be tea if they took away his contract?
Can they do that?
I don't know.
And have they done that before?
I mean, there's definitely been early terminations of contracts.
Really?
But I mean,
can they do it without
even
even the season starting?
I don't know.
I think they've made a terrible mistake.
I think they
Which
have.
is kind of shocking because from what we saw from him at the beginning, I was like, oh, I can understand why they would extend his contract. But now, I think maybe they've made a little mistake.
He's really not proven himself, and honestly,
No,
I
don't know what's going on.
Signs in the Red Bull. I mean, he's been in the Red Bull, but I can really see signs in that car.
Oh, if they change it, that would be the best news I've heard.
That would be
while.
serious tea. I think that would be really good. Leclerc's having a bad time.
Usually a little bit more grip. This is when you don't really want to be.
I'm depressed.
I don't really care.
What?
But I don't. There's nothing in me that cares. You know?
What? No.
When I'm not seeing a I'm not.
There's nothing in me that cares.
I just don't. I don't know why.
There's nothing in you that cares.
Not really, not about that. Like, I'm not, like, bothered. Like, I'm not upset that they're not doing great. You know? I'm just like, oh, well, poor them. But they'll come back.
Yeah,
like,
I'm
gonna be more excited when Lewis Hamilton goes to Ferrari next year.
Yeah, that's gonna be
I
insane.
think, and I'll start caring, I think, a bit more about Ferrari. I just don't know why I don't care about them as much as I do, like, Red Bull, McLaren.
You don't care about Red Bull?
No, but I care more about what's going on.
Oh,
Like,
interesting.
the downfall of Red Bull would have been so much greater than the downfall of Ferrari. It's not really a downfall, but do you know what I mean? I don't know.
I think I do know what you mean,
But
I
you're a
don't
Ferrari
relate,
fan, so
yeah.
that's fine. You don't have to relate. It's fine.
But that's
I
so
don't judge
funny.
you.
You're like, I just don't really care.
It's crazy because everyone is a Ferrari fan.
He was down
Everyone
in
loves it.
P16.
I know, it's really bad. Carlos did alright though.
Yeah, he was like P7 for a lot of it. What
Where
did
did
he
he
qualify
finish?
in? P5.
Okay.
Which is pretty good, but Leclerc finished in
Is it good
P14.
though? No.
Is it good though?
I don't get. It's just crazy how you can go from winning races and being on the podium to, like, weeks later
I know.
you just have a decline. Like, is it they might have changed something in the car and it's just not working,
Yeah.
or is it just unlucky? Leclerc he's having issues with the car, and that's why he's starting like, at the back of the grid, and why he's been shit. No.
Yeah.
So clearly, something
What's
ain't right.
going on? But Science isn't having issues with the car.
Yeah, but
Ooh.
Lewis Hamilton didn't have an issue with his car. George had an issue with his car
Yeah.
for Mercedes.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That was, yeah.
I think it's just bad luck,
It is,
maybe.
It is just rough times. But it's like 3 weeks in a row, it can't feel good. But like the way that this season is so varied is already like incredible. Like
Yeah.
this is our 6th new winner.
Yeah,
We haven't
which
even
is
said it
good.
yet, but yeah.
So, and everyone was saying this year is just going to be like all the others, and it's not.
It's not. Like, when it started off, we really thought it was going to be another boring one, but it's absolutely surpassed all expectations.
Yeah, so I'm so glad we started this podcast.
So glad we started this podcast when we did. So, lap 16, Lando overtakes Max. Yay, on the inside corner. Whoop, whoop, go Lando. Did you see how much of the crowd was orange?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That crowd was
British
entirely
driver,
McLaren.
British team. What do you
I know,
expect?
it was really interesting.
People love Lando and love Oscar. Like, they're just cuties.
They're cuties. Yeah, they are
Everyone
cuties.
loves them. And because they're young, they're like, all the mums are like little bubbies.
Yeah.
You know?
Little bubbles.
It's a brighter colour.
Yeah, you can see it. True. You know, maybe there was like some grey, but it blends a bit more. You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't stand out. But I did think that was interesting. Obviously, like, Lewis is still very much like loved, but maybe he is seen to be a bit past it.
Did you see? He was booed
Lewis!
when they were watching. This is so bad. Honestly, you people at Silverstone should be ashamed
Oh yeah,
of yourself.
no, I did sit when they were watching the football.
They were watching
That
the
was
football,
so
and then
fucking rude.
as it was
Sorry.
penalties, and they were going, and this is the 7th. What is it? Oh, he didn't
Yeah.
win, or
Ooh, my
something.
button's
World champion.
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton, and they were going boo. I was like,
Yeah.
no, sorry guys, but you've paid that much money to go to an F1 Silverstone
Yeah.
Grand Prix, and you're booing when he comes out because of the fucking Euros is on. Like, actually, don't boo the man. Like, be pissed off, but don't boo the man. I
Be
thought that was
pissed off,
so
don't be the man. Yeah,
rude.
that was so rude. That was amazing. Sorry, them watching the game.
But then it
So
all
good.
ended fine, clearly, because
Yeah,
they
yeah,
watched
yeah.
it with them, and everyone seemed quite happy. But I was like, Jesus Christ.
So Lando overtakes Max on the inside corner at lap 16. Oscar Piastri overtakes Max as well, lap 18. So we're like,
It was
boom,
great to
boom.
see.
Yes, McLaren's
Whoop, whoop.
back up there again. Back at it again. Around the outside. And then I just put, what is wrong with Max? Is the rain too much? Very wet.
Rain's not too much for Max, though. He's very good. He knows what he's doing.
Not,
And
yeah,
it worked, not to spoil, but like it did work out in his favour
it did
in
work
the end.
out in his favour.
And he said at the end he thought he was going to finish, like, he was like, well, are we going to finish P6, P7? But
I think I've said it before on this podcast, but I am so impressed at the weather
Yeah.
analysis.
But did you see they have the literal, what they have in
the
like
rain
the
coming.
fucking CIA or something? Like the screen.
Yeah.
The weather thing.
Right there. And then it said like you get a pop-up in 4 laps time, rain is coming. I'm like, where are these scientists?
Yeah.
So
crazy.
clever. They need to get on the TV because they ain't accurate.
They don't get enough coverage.
Why literally like a week ago at Glastonbury it was like dry, completely fine weather, and now into July Silverstone completely rained out, mud everywhere.
We don't have a good summer, as Daniel Rick said.
Did he say that?
Yeah, he was like, England, I feel sorry for people who live here because you don't have a summer. Where is Silverstone?
Middle of goddamn nowhere.
Is it? I wish it was at Brands Hatch,
Oh yeah, that's near you.
because that's in Kent.
Don't think it's big enough, Brands Hatch.
No, but if they made it
Big enough.
like Silverstone and made it, so
Yeah,
it
but
could
Silverstone is the home of British motorsport.
Well, it shouldn't have been. It should have always been.
Brands.
I was going to say Herne Bay.
What's Herne Bay?
It's a coast in Kent.
I think I've been to Herne.
Have you been to Herne Bay?
Is there an island?
No.
I don't know about them. Anyway, sorry.
It's an island. No, what is
There is
an island, though? Isle of Wight.
No, not that kind of island, like a little one. Oh, God.
We only have a little one, and it's Isle of Wight.
No. Even
do you
smaller than that.
mean?
Not like an inhabitable island.
Oh, right. What do you mean, then?
Like a small, tiny piece of island out there. Hamilton overtakes George, lap 18 on the inside. Lewis just overtook George. So now Hamilton's in P1. Lap 19, both Mercedes went off track into the gravel, and then Lando comes straight in and overtakes. Oh no! We've got two very opposite emotions. Oh my god! Oh my god! Lando
But there was
P1.
a point where I was like, fuck, if Lewis gets out of this, I'm actually going to cry.
What do you mean? Oh, what, like out of the race?
When that whole thing happened, I was like, fuck.
Then, because of the rain, DRS had been disabled. Lap 19. That really did actually add some drama because it wasn't turned on until very late. And then, but yeah, so it was too wet. So why do we think that is?
What do you mean?
Like, why'd they turn DRS off?
Because
it's too dangerous to, like, have that ability to go fast in the
yeah.
straights and overtake. But they're still allowed to overtake.
Yeah, but I think it's the speed.
Yeah, theirs. They don't want to create, what's it called?
An increased amount.
No,
to
like when
crash.
you like, you're more likely to crash. Leclerc is struggling on the slick tyres, down in 16th.
Because this again was about tyres, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
a whole thing about tyres. The
And
tyres were so important. And
It
like,
was like the main thing was to end on intermediate, right? Like that's what they should have done. But McLaren didn't.
yeah. So do we want a quick tyre rundown?
Soft, intermediate, hard.
Then there's the wets.
But they all were kind of pitting and going to the soft tyres. But why is that? Because it was raining. Is that why they... But it was like they were trying to work out how long it was going to rain for. So whether to go on the intermediate, which would last longer, or the soft, which would not last as long, but give them more speed. And it's about preserving the tyres as well. I don't know how you do that though. Like
The
'cause-
softs would give them more grip, maybe, but then they degrade quicker.
But then how are you preserving that tyre? Because obviously
Exactly.
once they done that pit, like if you pitted and you went to the soft, which was, say we're just talking about P1, 2 and 3, Lando, Max and Lewis pitted. Lando and Lewis went on the softs and Max went on the intermediate. And then but Lando didn't last with the soft tyre, ended up being overtaken by the intermediate tyre by Max.
No, you're spoiling the end, Jess.
Okay, sorry. But I'm just explaining about the tyres bit, because that's the whole tyres bit. But then Lewis managed to hold on to that soft tyres and Max didn't overtake him. So how did he keep on to the soft tyres but Lando just couldn't? Because they pitted around the same time.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Lewis is more experienced, knows the track better, has that extra knowledge of how to preserve the tyres. I think it's about the way that you drive them, the route that you take. I don't know.
Is it like when you... I don't know how you... I don't get it. I need someone to explain it. We should get an engineer on here to explain it to us.
So soft tyres are the quickest, but also the quickest to wear out. So they are useful for short bursts of time.
Yeah.
Medium are somewhere in between soft and hard. And hard lasts the longest. They don't degrade as much. And obviously the wets are good in wet weather. But it wasn't wet enough at Silverstone yesterday to have wets, because some parts of the track were dry, and there was that constant conversation between the pit wall and the drivers on like they were saying to George, let's go on the intermediates, and George was like, too soon, or the other way around. Like, you know, they constantly have the conversations with the drivers being on the track, knowing the conditions, knowing what spots were dry and what spots are wet, with the people on the wall knowing what's coming. So it's trying to figure that all out.
Lando literally came into the pit and they still were like trying to pick a tyre.
Yeah. Oh, that was horrendous. That was.
And then
literally...
Lewis and George pitted at the same time.
Yeah.
Mercedes
so that was
just
such
did a double
interesting pit. Because that was like.
But then who didn't want to do that? McLaren. So they
that
left
was really,
Piastri out.
Yeah. And really at the time, I think why they did that was so that Piastri could hold that front place, because that is literally the next thing on the list. So great timing. So that Piastri could hold that first place, I guess, for Lando. But they basically ended up sacrificing Piastri, because Mercedes, when Lando went in, both the Mercedes went in. And at the time that was weird, because they've only got one pit crew. So George had to wait for Lewis to come out and be done. So at the time we were like, oh, that's not good. Why did they double stack it like that? But really, with hindsight, we see that was the better strategy, because Piastri was then fell down into like 6th position, I think. After Sainz, he came in after Sainz. So Lando, it worked out for Lando, but it didn't work out for McLaren as a team, I think.
Right.
But it worked out for Mercedes, even though when it happened, I think we were like, why did they do that?
Yeah. There's always a reason.
There's always a reason. What is the reason? This is with the tyre thing. We literally saw in like slow motion Max's tyres, all the rubber flying off of it. And that's just the softs going...
Yeah.
With the heat on the floor. It was all going so well. And then lap 34, George told to retire the car.
Yeah. It literally came out of nowhere.
I literally have here, for what?
Yeah, well, it was
Before we knew.
The water in the car wasn't filling up.
Yeah, they lost the pressure system.
That's it.
For the water, which would eventually mean if he stayed out there, he would have cooked in the car.
Blown up. What? And I thought, what if this was the 1970s and they didn't know that was going on inside the car?
Such a good point. Because they have machinery to tell them everything now.
Yeah.
And
they never used to have that. So that could have been awful.
I guess maybe before, I don't know, the cars maybe ran differently.
They used to have longer pit stops. So maybe if they would have thought something was going wrong. Because they used to fill up the petrol in the pit stops.
Yeah.
I just find that crazy.
It's so funny watching how long they were now.
Yeah.
And that was really, really sad for George, because obviously he started in P1. At that point, he was down to P3. It's really sad. Really, really sad.
Home race.
It wasn't his fault. He didn't do anything wrong. That was a system failure. Fuming. Yeah. And Mercedes was so set to do really, really well with both
and I
cars.
think they could have.
Yeah. But it really did come out of nowhere. We were like, what?
Yeah, well, they're not going to say, are they? They were probably freaking out in the fucking...
Yeah. Lap 39, a bunch of people pit stopped. But not Lando. And Lando is going down into the pit. And this is when the whole tyre friggin' situation that you were saying, which actually made us really quite frustrated. Because why the hell were they going down the pit? And he hadn't chosen...
They didn't even know.
What tyre
And then
to
they
go on.
picked stuff which obviously wasn't the best.
Not the best idea.
Because Max picked intermediate, and that eventually made it.
But like that, why? I actually blame the team, because why was it down to Lando? And I feel so sorry for our little baby
because
Lando.
he's driving, and he's on the track. He knows better, probably how dry or wet the track
Yeah,
is.
but
I'm
at that
guessing.
point, that's not why they were making the decision. They were making a decision. Who do you want to fight against, Lando? Do you want to fight against Hamilton on the softs or Max on the intermediates? And like that's what they were asking him going down the pits.
Really?
They were like, it's Hamilton on the inters or no, Hamilton on the soft or Max on the inters. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want?
he
And they went
picked
soft because Hamilton's in front. So I guess realistically, he must have been like, well, I want to be P1. So
Yeah.
I want to beat the person in P1. He's not thinking Max right behind him is going to come up. I mean, he should have been. But he wasn't
but in
thinking
that
that I
split
need to fight for the
it's like
person behind.
seconds you have to think.
Yeah. But this is what I mean. I don't think that should have been his choice. I think the team should have made that strategic choice before for him. And okay, they could have made the wrong strategic choice and also picked soft to go
Yeah.
for Hamilton, but they were putting it all on him as he's driving down, and he had to really like, I don't know, he was like going down there like slow, but then he like went too far ahead for the pits, and he absolutely messed up his pit because the whole team, you know, they're supposed to stop like directly on that point because everybody's there waiting for him. Lando overshot it, so
Oh,
then the
really?
whole pit team had to move, making it extra longer.
Right.
So it just was all a bit of a confusing pit. And I think
we think the same. Well, I was going to say, I think that definitely was the reason why
yeah.
Max overtook him in the end.
Yeah.
I think
that
he definitely
completely-
could have got P2.
Mm.
But, you know, it's
And I
what
felt
it
so
is.
sad for him because he just blamed himself. He was like, it's my fault, it's my fault. I'm like, I really don't think you give yourself enough credit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that was entirely your fault I mean, I know you're the one driving, but I don't think it was entirely your fault.
Yeah. You tell him.
Yeah. That's your fault, McLaren. Lando's on the soft, same as Hamilton. I've got here, why did they not go on mediums to compete with Max, who is now in much better position, speeding up in the third? Because the intermediates can last longer than the softs. Yes, the softs can go fast, but they're degrading a lot faster than Max's car. Max will eventually,
And it
does
was when the commentators
overtake.
kept saying, "Oh, this isn't good. Like this, Max is getting close. Max is getting close," and then we just knew it was coming.
Yeah, and it was such a tight...
And then it was such a stress.
Lando Norris has finished in second place. He has got an almighty battle on his hands to go 7th, 2nd, 12th place there. As Max Verstappen all over the back of him, coming out of the field, and now round to the straight. He's catching him.
I don't think Norris will have a prayer down the hangar straight this time around with DRS on the Red Bull. He's going to have to get feisty. He's going to have to return the compliment of last weekend. Is Lando Norris to really defend that second place hard.
We saw a move earlier in the race. Lando Norris on Max Verstappen at the end of the hangar straight and into Stowe. Are we going to get a rubber?
Opened that really easily for him.
Verstappen moves up and he is now 3.3 seconds behind your race leader Lewis Hamilton.
And that so Hamilton's got
Do
4
that.
back markers
Why
ahead
did they
of
put
him.
him on medium behind?
Perez has moved out
Fucking
of
idiots.
the way,
Even I knew that.
which is the right thing to do for him. But now he's got to get it through Ricardo Madison and Sargent in other clear.
It just seems weird that they were like talking about it for so long.
Yeah, literally. Like,
And they were like, what do you want, what do you want, what do you want? You're the fucking strategist. Come up with the...
Lost the checker flag 16 years ago to win his first race here in the British Grand Prix, and into Cops. Now
He's still on the podium.
Produce that stunning double overtaking.
Yeah, we didn't see him chat last week. Let's see him chat this week.
Lando, I would squirt that champagne right into Max's eyes.
Pulling back into the clutches of Piastri, third, fourth from McLaren at the moment. I feel this is
I don't really want a Hamilton win, but I want Hamilton to win more than Verstappen.
Yeah.
team.
I wanted Lando to win.
There's no chance now. You've got to switch stats.
Yeah, so Hamilton.
And I'm like, Tim Howe. That's what I'm
Hamilton. This is prime Lewis Hamilton.
I want to see what Toto says. This is the last lap.
He actually got the fastest lap.
Yeah.
See, because he's on medium.
Time as he told us in the
Yeah,
interview.
I don't know why they did that.
He's done absolutely everything right today, hasn't he? Once again, Gasquet in the 28th lap.
But then Hamilton
2 seconds faster than Norris on those
But they said that Hamilton's been really good at preserving his tyres and like, I don't know how.
2024, 3 race winners.
And he knows this course very well.
In the last like 4 laps, I'd say, I was like, I swear to God, if he overtakes Lewis,
Yeah.
I'm going to be fuming.
Yeah. Which we were. Lap 44, Red Bull say they are seeing degrading in the soft tyres of the 2 cars ahead.
So they knew.
They knew. They were like, just biding their time. Max,
Yeah.
you've got this. Then
And it just
Verstappen
really, really
overtakes.
annoys me when Christian Horner says, like, you made the great choice. Like, something, I don't know.
Yeah, shut
Like,
up.
It's like, be quiet. You shouldn't even have screen time. Shouldn't even be able to hear your voice.
Oh well. Then Max overtakes Lando, and we've got Hamilton in first, Max in second, Lando in third. And honestly, I was like, I swear to God, if Max overtakes Hamilton, I'm going to be fuming.
Yeah.
Luckily, it didn't happen. But I was really, really... If we had to hear the Dutch national anthem at Silverstone, I'm sorry, I am turned very super
Who
patriotic that day and
Who
was
won
like...
Silverstone last year?
Carlos.
Ah.
It was a nice win, actually.
Poor George, where the... Oh yeah, he's got...
Takes things to stratospheric levels, and he's only got 3 colours now.
Oh, everyone's standing up.
To kickstart the celebrations, 8 times for Here's a night for you. Lewis Hamilton.
That's what I wanted to happen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was Toto Wolff.
We're here. Lewis wins
His
the British
first-
Grand Prix.
His first win in 2.5 years.
That was honestly nuts. I actually had not comprehended that.
How long it's been.
Yeah, that must admit that's what made it so much more emotional.
His reaction was just the best reaction I've seen so
Yeah.
far this season.
It was so heartwarming and heartbreaking.
Yeah,
just
and I love how
amazing.
much he loves the fans, and like, I don't know, it makes me kind of proud to be British in a way,
Yeah.
because we're not really that great at many things in sport.
Well, this is what I
really.
mean. Like, there's not many times where I feel like I can be patriotic, and there's not many times where I genuinely feel proud.
Yeah, and I hate saying like, I'm proud to be British, or like, you know.
But
and
I think that's
sometimes-
because there
but
are so many negative connotations. But we should
there
feel
are.
proud.
No, I know,
Yeah.
and that I always do try and think like, no, like I'm British, and that's me. I can't help.
You're like trying
I can't
to not
help
give yourself
it,
the
but
ick.
like, yeah, like I'm, but
I
like,
know.
do you know what I mean? So when I don't know, it just really made me proud.
Yeah, but
When
I
he was
think that's
holding up
because-
the Union Jack, I was like, go on,
Oh, get it,
I
Liz.
love that for us.
But I think it's because these spaces, particularly in sport, obviously, and it's why we made the podcast, are filled with such problematic people that have dominated the space for so long, making these feelings of patrioticness feel like it's something that we don't want to be a part of when the spaces are taken up with such like negative energy.
Yeah.
So, but we're reclaiming that energy and being like,
Yeah.
no, we can actually feel proud.
Yeah.
Because Lewis brought it home,
Yeah.
bitch.
And the reaction from his was it his engineer?
Yeah, Bono.
I
Did you
loved
see?
that reaction.
Did you see the TikTok I made?
I did.
Did
It
you
was very
like it?
cute. Very nice.
That sound made me very emotional.
Yeah, maybe we should play it.
Get in there, Lewis! You get this one. Big thank you to all the fans here. Love you guys. It all means a lot to us all. Love you, Bono.
We want to sign off for our joint trajectory here on the British Grand Prix. We couldn't wish for anything better.
No, actually, that's emotional. It's okay. No, that's really emotional.
But
17 years since his first victory. That's a long time to maintain fitness, commitment, dedication.
Oh, it was too much.
The emo.
That it was
The
so
crying.
good.
I
It was
just-
really emotional.
Beautiful.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
So very happy. I'm so happy it happened at Silverstone. So
Yeah.
happy.
It really was like a
Best
fairy
ending.
tale. Like the commentator
Yeah.
said, this is a fairy tale like ending for this race,
Best
and
thing
it
that
really
could have
was.
Yeah.
Like I don't think any other win would have been as good.
Let us know your thoughts as well. Down
Yeah.
below. See what you thought.
So he's now.
And did anyone go?
Oh yeah,
If
let us
anyone's
know
watching and they
how
went.
it was. Tell
Is
us
it
what it was
as
like to
muddy
be
as
there.
Yeah. Let us know any tips for next year for 2025.
He also is now the record holder for most wins at a single track. He is the king of Silverstone. I mean, he was before anyway.
Yeah.
But he's now won at Silverstone 9 times, beating Michael Schumacher, who I don't know what... It wasn't Silverstone, it's another track. Had won
Right.
there 8 times. So, yeah.
Woo.
104 victories now. Well done, Lewis. We love you, Lewis!
Love
Big
Lewis.
fans.
I was gonna buy a kid's Mercedes shirt. 45 fucking pounds.
Yeah, absolutely not.
A part of me went, shall I? And then I thought about it and I thought, this is a kid's just like t-shirt. And I'm going to pay £45.
Yeah.
No. Get it on eBay for 20 quid.
Yeah, we get that second hand. Okay, Jess, if you were to be at a dinner table with 4 of any F1 driver
Who
in
would they
history,
be?
in history,
In history.
who would they be and why? And give me the tea.
Okay. Ayrton Senna,
Yeah, why?
because I would be really interested to see his thoughts about, because I know this is really cynical, but like he obviously died when he was racing with Michael Schumacher. I want to know how he feels about.
About Schumacher.
Yeah,
They didn't get on.
I know, but I want to talk to him personally
yeah.
about their little tea.
I think they would have eventually got on.
Maybe, but like the fact that I'm not saying it's Michael Schumacher's fault that he died at all, but like obviously he was trying to beat him. Wonder how it's kind of sad.
Yeah,
Kind of
it's really
cynical,
sad.
but I would
No,
have
that is
him.
interesting. I think that's definitely a good one.
I would then have probably Daniel, just
Yeah.
because I like Daniel and he's good vibes.
Yeah, he'll make
me
a cool
laugh.
meal.
Yeah, I love an Aussie accent, so
Don't we all?
I'm here for that. Lewis Hamilton, just because love him. No.
You can. Oh, what about anyone in Formula 1?
Enzo Ferrari.
Whoa! Good one.
Yeah, I want to know all about his affair.
Whoa!
I want to know like ins and outs. Like if he could just be straight up, like no filter, just tell me the tea, mate. I want to know
Yeah.
everything.
Is this film accurate?
Yeah.
Tell me everything.
About your life from
That's
start
a good
to end.
one.
Yeah.
So say it again. So we've got.
Ayrton Senna, Daniel Ricciardo, Lewis Hamilton, and Enzo Ferrari.
Okay, nice. Good dinner table.
Yeah.
What
What
are you
about
be
you?
eating?
Oh, what am I going to be eating? I feel like a good just steak.
Yeah.
Steak and good sides, posh sides. I feel like they'd all enjoy that.
Nice. Good. Yeah, I think that's a good meal. Mine would be. Again, I also don't think I know that many older drivers, but Nicky Lauda.
Okay.
I think would be so interesting.
Yeah.
What's his name? That got in the fire. Roman Grosjean. He's still kicking. He's now in like NASCAR. But
Is he?
yeah, I would want to talk to him. Roman Grosjean. Can I say Gunther Steiner?
Yeah.
Gunther Steiner.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because like, oh my god, just absolute
Good
jokes. I want him
vibes.
to be my friend. Michael Schumacher.
Yeah, got to be.
It's gotta
Got
be.
to be. I was gonna say him, but I picked the other.
I just obviously Would love to talk to him. Who wouldn't? I need to know. I mean, I don't know if I can talk to him, but...
I don't think you can talk to him.
No, but say, like, you know, in this hypothetical situation,
So
he's
say
able to
of
sit
him
at my
when
dinner
he
table.
was... Right, so before his accident.
No, him now, but, like, healthy.
Right, okay.
So it's not accurate, but you know what I
No.
mean.
But no, I get that. And I still find that insane.
Wait, is that, did I say all of them?
Yeah.
I did. So
And what would you have to eat?
I would have, well, my favourite thing to eat is lasagna, but I don't think I would put them all up for lasagna.
Don't think they would want that.
No. So maybe a roast.
They're not a roast.
What? Who doesn't like a roast?
Well, no, everyone loves a roast, but I'm just saying they're not British.
Yes, so exactly.
Yeah, but I feel like people that aren't British don't like roast dinners.
No, there's nothing you can't. No. I think they do like roast dinners. They don't have roast dinners. I think they'd like roast dinners. What's not to like about a roast dinner? It's some meat and vegetables.
Meat and vegetables. Yeah, I'm not saying that. I just did not expect you to say that. Because if I was having dinner with like...
Michael Schumacher.
No, if I was having dinner with Lewis Hamilton, Lando, George... Who else is like British? Gives me British...
Alex Albon.
Yeah. I would make them a roast.
No, but surely, because they're not British, you want to make them a roast, because they
No.
never ever get to have one.
Yeah, but then I hate doing that for people, because then if they hate it, then they're
They're not-
hating on British
There's no
culture.
one's hating on a roast, mate.
I think I know someone who doesn't like roasts.
Oh, yeah,
Surely.
Lando Norris. So
Lando
you
Norris
just
doesn't
said Lando
like
Norris,
roast
and he said he
dinners.
doesn't like roast dinners.
But no, there's someone I know that doesn't like roast dinners, but I can't remember who it is. But it's rare. I remember when they said it, and I was literally like, I'm shook to the core. How do you not like roast dinners?
Yeah.
And Lando cannot be British if he doesn't like roast dinners. I'm sorry, Lando, but you're not British.
I know.
Doesn't.
Yeah, I
You
did
don't
think that was weird,
qualify.
because Lewis was like, the question was like, what do you think makes British drivers so good at Formula or like motorsports? And Lewis Hamilton was like, roast dinners. And then Lando was like, I don't like roast dinners. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry, but clearly you have not had a good race dinner. Can we talk about Logan Sargent? How he really didn't do that bad.
Okay.
What do you mean? Okay. That's so rude. Poor little boy.
I know.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Because what?
I think
He's
that's a
doing,
really
like-
good achievement. If that was
Okay.
Daniel Ricciardo, we'd be like, oh. But just because what? It's Logan Sargent. Rude. Well,
No, what was the point that you made yesterday? It was a really good point about Stroll. I actually think we need to change our narrative on Stroll.
oh right. I said that. You know, I know Lance Stroll is a nepo baby, and he's obviously got to where he is because his parents are billionaires, or his dad's a billionaire, and then obviously went on to own Aston Martin, which is quite a big nepo baby. But, you know, I don't think he would be where he is today if he was like really, really, really bad. Like I was saying, Logan Sargent is worse than him, and
Yeah.
he's not like Fernando Alonso. I know age gap is a massive thing, so he should technically be doing better than Fernando Alonso, and Fernando Alonso has already had his amazing career in Formula 1, but you know, he's not awful,
Yeah.
and he hasn't. I know he's had a few instances and he's been a bit cray on the tracks and crashed into people, but we got to give him some sort of credit, because it's
Yeah.
like Michael Schumacher's son. He got into Formula 1, but
He was shit. And
he
he's
was
out.
terrible, and they got rid of him. So,
Yeah.
but then it's like, if Lance Stroll has a massive downfall and went really bad, would
They
they get rid of him? Who knows?
Yeah, it's
We don't
interesting.
know.
I don't know. I think maybe we should just change our narrative on it, because, well, not our narrative, but because obviously he's a nepo baby.
But like, then I know they're not all nepo babies, but they all come, like, not all, I take it back, but probably a lot come from money.
Yeah, they come.
So-
it's an expensive sport to
yeah,
get into.
exactly.
It
So,
is, so you've got to
you
have
know,
some kind of leg up. It's
exactly.
really hard to get into it. But I do think, obviously, Lance Stroll was in it before his dad was in it. So he'd made that position for himself. He's obviously
He's been doing
since-
it for 8 years.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
And, you know, people around him, everyone around him, he's not in Drive to Survive, which makes it slightly difficult for the public to like him, which I think honestly he should talk to his publicist, because I think if he was like chill and vibes on Drive to Survive, he could really change.
Get a fan base.
Yeah,
more
of a fan base. Like lots of people that are around him actually say he's a laugh and he's alright.
Yeah, I'm sure they all are. Like, sure he is.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we end it on Hairspray?
Yeah.
Hey Google, play "Don't Stop the Beat" by Hairspray.
Okay, thank you, Teenage Baltimore, for coming to our podcast today. Jess?
I'm starstruck. No.
Thank you all for listening. Goodbye.
Bye,
See you next
guys.
week.
See you in the next one.